What's up, everyone? Welcome to Three Chicks in a Pod, Chicks and Salsa. How was everybody's holiday? How's your week going? Are you rebounding from the NFL week very well? Are you in the hunt for the NFL playoffs? Are you making the college football playoffs? If are any of these scenarios good for you? Because we're talking all football this episode.
Woohoo! Can you tell we like our
So
football?
first, right, football and food. So how was everybody's Thanksgiving?
It was good. And
Awesome.
Candy, I'm going to be a little verbose. I need to give a shout out to Beth and Ralph because they truly blessed Alton and I over on Sunday. Um,
Mhm.
they prepaid for some because I have to be in the office 8 hours a day, 3 days a week. So they actually prepaid for the rest of this month for him to have somebody come hang out with him. So
Oh,
with
that's
that
awesome.
money that they gave us, I was able to like get my girlfriend who lives in the neighborhood to come over because her husband's out of work right now. And so I
Okay.
was able to give her that money. So Beth and Ralph were able to help two families out.
That's
Oh, that's
awesome.
awesome.
That
I
should
love
be our
that.
happy story. We should have ended on that because
Oh,
that was
I can
really
tell it
happy.
again. I might cry.
Right, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Megan's been with me in Harris Teeter. I don't cry at the grocery store, but I started crying when they told me that. I literally burst into tears.
That's awesome.
But sorry, I just wanted to
And
do a
is
brag
it,
on them, their generosity.
So, Megan, how was your Thanksgiving?
it was really good. We didn't do a whole bunch, but I mean, I cooked quite a bit and stayed home. We got to enjoy. Obviously, I wasn't crying because the Cowboys were playing. I was excited.
What a win, girl.
I still remain incredibly realistic. You're not going to hear me say it's our year because it's not. Um,
Don't give
However,
them full
it was
stop.
nice not to cry into my turkey. And then also the same day, I got to watch my. That's why reason I'm wearing this. Uh, I got to watch my Texas ladies beat South Carolina in an excellent game. It was really, really close, 66-64. It came down to Rory hitting a jump shot at the very end, and that is what won the game for us. It was a lot of back and forth. Both teams were definitely able to disrupt each other, the flow of each other's game, and so it was a great game. Now, will Texas be able to beat South Carolina in Columbus next month? I don't know about that, but that I think that'll be the real test of, is this a team that can do something in March? Or well, as things have changed, the first weekend of April, are you going to make it past the Final Four? I think is a question for Texas right now. And if you can get a road win against one of the best teams in the country, then that's when I start considering you one of the best teams in the country. So I'm not super happy with the rankings that came out, and I know UConn fans are probably going to come for me for that. I'm gonna tell you something. I do not care. I don't care that you played Michigan. I don't care that you're in the Big East and you literally play nobody until you schedule South Carolina or Texas. I don't care. I don't think you should get the number one spot off solely that you won the championship last season. So to me, the number one team in the country will be Texas because you beat number two and number three in the same week. So yeah, go Texas, ladies.
There you
Woohoo.
go. Wow.
That was my Thanksgiving.
I have to say, my Thanksgiving was a little bit different because I have a house divided. Because as you all know, my husband's team is the Detroit Lions and I'm the Green Bay Packers, and they played each
Right.
other on Thanksgiving. So, and not only is it a house divided, but then when I went out to celebrate Thanksgiving with his dad and one of his nephews, yeah, they're both Lions fans too. So I was kind of outnumbered, but at least I was on the winning end side of things. So, although I won
Right.
just hearing my husband, so hey, it's all good.
Well, I guess let's go ahead and jump into the football that happened on Thanksgiving Day. So we had three pretty telling games, I feel like. We
Mhm.
had the Packers and Alliance, as we were just talking about. Packers end up winning this one by one score differential, 31-24 in Detroit. So So, what was your main takeaway from this? Because Jordan Love did incredibly well. He was really accurate, 4 touchdowns, no sacks. What was your takeaway from the game?
I was surprised that Detroit's defense,
Can't
as injured as it is, wasn't able to stop us as much as I thought they would. I thought it would be more of a struggle, and they really didn't. And yet our defense came to play. You know, Micah Parsons had 2.5 sacks, I think it was. And the defense really came to play, especially at the end when they needed to. So I thought they played a really more of a complete game than they have. You know, they've played, I hate to say this, but Jen, they played down to some teams that they thought they would maybe easily win, and they didn't easily win those games. They lost those games, you know, but going up against a conference opponent, and that's the problem with our schedule. So we played Minnesota, then we played Detroit, now we play Chicago this week, then we play the Broncos, Minnesota, the Ravens, and Chicago, and then Chicago again. So we all division-like opponents near to the end. But so the true test.
I've seen that with some of the scheduling over the last couple of years, where you're playing playing two different of your division rivals as your last 4 games of the season, and I don't know that I'm really a fan of that, especially in the last 2 weeks of the season. If you've already faced these teams 2 weeks ago, and then you got to run it back again, and then is this their way to make week 18 actually matter? I think it already matters. So why would you go? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it, I should say. And it's usually, I guess, because Robert, here he goes. I'm usually having to play Rob's Eagles the last 2 weeks or last 4 weeks of the season, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
However, this week was the Cowboys week.
Speaking of Rob's Eagles, hi Robert Hill.
Oh.
Thank you for watching us tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah, I had shown those already.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're
Somebody
fine.
was asking why it wasn't on my page, so I was responding. So
for the Cowboys, it was, I want to be excited about the wins because, on Monday night we beat the Eagles. And I actually thought this was the one winnable game for us this week. It's one of those division rivals that it can go either way. It doesn't matter how bad either team is, or how good either team is. It's similar to, Texas and OU, or Texas. And I don't want to put A&M in there because clearly we have their number, but there's some rivalries, OSU and Michigan. Sometimes you just never know which way it's going to go. And I consider the Eagles that type of rivalry for the Cowboys. So for us to be at home Monday night, I think that made a huge difference. And once again, they split with us this year, and it's surprising because the Eagles are a much better team. It's not surprising because it is that rivalry. So the game on Thursday was more of a surprise for me. It was really ugly that first half, both ways. I'll say I thought both O-lines did not look great. The Cowboys ended up winning one by a field goal. Hang your hat on Brandon Aubrey. I think that's about all we have. And then Pickens, Rob just brought him up as well. Pickens did play incredibly well. Something I thought that was really interesting about Pickens is right now, George Pickens has more receiving yards than the entire Steelers core. So I thought that was a great stat there. So, Dak,
that's probably why the Steelers. I was going to say, sorry, Megan. That's probably why the Steelers went out and got Thielen, who the Vikings released today.
Right. I'm not going to lie. I kind of wanted us to get him back, but his wife made such a to-do about leaving here. I don't think he really wanted to leave. I think he did it for wifey, and then he got waived.
Right. Well, his people went to them and asked to be waived, so it wasn't like that's what he wanted. So yeah. For Dak, a lot of people like to talk bad about him, but if you go look at his stats, he almost always puts up pretty good stats other than the interceptions. And this game, no different. He did have an interception, 320 yards, 2 touchdowns. He went 27 of 39, so pretty accurate. Now, on the Chiefs side of things, Mahomes went 23 of 34, 261 yards, 4 touchdowns. But here's the kicker, and the real surprise for me. He got sacked 3 times during the game. We're like the worst defense in the league. So thank you for showing up for Thanksgiving. I appreciate it. We're probably not going to make the postseason. Is what it is. Now, another game on Thursday that was a pretty telling, I think. I don't want to say it was an important game because I think both teams are maybe beyond repair for this season anyway. But we had the Bengals versus the Ravens in Baltimore. We had the return of Joe Burrow. We had the return of Lamar Jackson. And the Bengals ended up winning this one 32-14. And Lamar was sacked 3 times. So any thoughts on this game? No?
Jen?
It wasn't. It didn't have any playoff implications.
I have a comment about the Bills game when
I just thought it was interesting.
No, I thought it was too. Like you said, I think it was very telling. Like, I don't think these 2 teams aren't going. I think surprisingly, these teams aren't going to be where we thought they were when we started the season.
Right.
You know, and so I thought, and I think there's a lot of teams this year like that surprised. Like, who would have thought Kansas City was going to be where they are right now? Who would have thought the Eagles?
Right, agreed.
But then who would have thought the Patriots are where they are as well? And Carolina.
Right. I'll say this. I kind of could have
expected
expected the Patriots.
And I got it on video to back that up. I'm just saying because I wanted us to draft him.
I'm not going to say that my belief was in Drake May, even though I don't dislike Drake May. I love that he came from UNC. He came from a school that's not a football school. So I personally love an underdog story like that. So wish him nothing but success. I don't know if y'all know this, but his fans are pretty weird. They're like obsessed with him and his girlfriend.
I love you too. Whatever.
No, go watch some of the press conferences and the stuff that people say. Some of his fans, they're pretty strange. I'll just say that.
I mean, they're in Boston.
Yeah.
No offense, our Boston fans, but you know, I was kidding.
Or they're football fans from UNC, which is kind of strange to say all in itself, you know.
Well, and it sucks that UNC has that rep as not a football school because they used to be. I didn't go there, so I can't say we. But they did.
I think ACC is trying to break their way into being a football conference, and so I mean, it's going to take time. Obviously, Notre Dame's not in the football conference, but they are a part of the ACC. You got SMU, who's going to be an improvement, or at least they were last year. Clemson looking a little different. I think the ACC is trying to be relevant within the football conference. So I'm not knocking them. It's just, it's a basketball conference as a whole. It's not USC. It's not just UNC, but it's a basketball conference as a whole. So
yeah, I mean, and I will say the SEC is more of a football conference, Like,
right. Well, they're definitely making their name known. And when it comes to basketball as well, on the men's side of things, Alabama has done really well so far. There's some good basketball teams there in the SEC, definitely in the women's side too. But back to NFL on Friday night, we had the Bears versus the Eagles in Philly, and Bears win it 24-15. Caleb Williams went 17 of 36, 154 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was sacked twice on the Philadelphia side of things. Jalen Hurts went 19 of 34, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. What went wrong for the Eagles?
They got somebody carcinogenic in the locker room. I don't know who it is. I'm just going to say that.
Oh.
I truly don't know who it is, but it's the only thing that makes sense. Somebody had a bad attitude in the summer and they haven't gotten over it because their key players are all the same. But
I think that their coach is kind of strange,
Well,
and I
yeah, I
don't
think
know
all
that
the
he's
coaches are
able
strange.
to get. Well, you know,
I
he
agree
has a
with you.
strange
Sorry, I
relationship
wasn't
with
trying
the
to correct you.
fans.
Hmm?
Yeah, no, I think he has a really strange relationship with the fandom there in Philly, and you know, we know how Philly fans once they, once they're done with you, they're done with you, or their minds are made up. And I
Right.
think last year they were done with him. The only thing that was his saving grace is the fact that they won, you know, and you're not going to fire somebody who just won you the Super Bowl. So, yes, it absolutely has been a wild year, Rob. And if you want to tell us what happened with the Eagles this week, feel free because I don't know that I
Oh, I've
believe
got
in
a question.
Chicago the way that. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, this just hit me. Could Kelsey have been keeping the Eagles
Hmm.
together? That's the biggest change.
Well, I mean, probably he is a team leader. You know, he's
Yeah.
absolutely a team leader. So I think losing someone like that definitely impacts the locker room. And last year, we know that the locker room was toxic. I think it just got to a point that they were
Mhm.
like, "Look, we got to hate our opponent more than we hate each other." You know,
Right.
and that's what got them to this, to the winning circle there. However, this year's a little different. Now, sliding on to our next few games,
Megan, haven't
let's see here.
Megan,
We
haven't
had
they
the
had
Saint. Go ahead.
haven't the Eagles had some injuries on the O line, and so they're not able to run. Saquon's not
Yes.
having
Oh, that's true. That's a big
the
thing.
same performance that he's had. And I mean, they
Mm-hmm.
only had rushing yards, 87 rushing yards for the whole game. I mean, and Saquon only had 56. That's telling right there because the Eagles need to be both. They need to have rushing
Mhm.
and passing.
So Rob says
Um,
Jalen was missing wide open passes. Uh, Tiny says their coach is cheeks, their running back is in a recovery year, and yeah, their locker room is bad. I think that those all could be contributing factors. Absolutely.
and I'll
It
say
is
this.
so hard to go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I
Go
think
ahead.
it shows how hard it is to go back to back. I mean, obviously, we've seen how hard it wasn't possible for the three-peat, and just even going back to back is so incredibly hard. You're a lot of times your coaching staff, and then a lot of your free agents get pillaged. So it's not necessarily the same team as it was last year.
Mhm.
And can you duplicate that type of chemistry again the next season? It's just not always the case.
Maybe the Eagles need to call Bellamy.
Maybe.
I mean, but I'm going to
So in
say
the
this.
next game,
Go ahead. Sorry.
go ahead.
No, it's okay.
No, you're.
No, it's okay.
The
I may
next
have been
game we
jumping
had the
ahead.
Saints versus the Dolphins. The Dolphins end up winning at home, 21-17. Then we had the Texans versus the Colts on Sunday, and this was an excellent game. This was probably the only game that I watched its entirety on Sunday. The rest of them I kind of just switched back and forth, but this
Megan,
game I just sat there and watched the entire time. I'm sorry, I don't get all the
I made
games. I'm not
you
paying
an honorary Panthers fan.
I don't dislike y'all, and I want to show y'all something real quick.
I'm done.
To
I'm
show
done,
y'all
Megan.
something real quick.
I might have
I
to go
don't know.
cry.
I don't know if. Well, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie to you because you're my friend.
Honestly, that's why you're my friend.
Because I won't lie to you.
Yes.
So I don't know. I don't know if y'all can see this, but I definitely. You probably can't see it. I'm gonna screenshot it and share it. But I definitely picked Carolina for the win. So this past week when I made my picks. So I do believe in you guys. I just don't always get to watch all the games.
So honestly,
So,
I have this thing from 2015. If I pick us, we're gonna lose. So I always pick
oh,
against us. But on this game, considering how MNF went, I was like, we're not gonna lose by 10. So
right.
literally, as Dad and I were walking into the stadium, I changed my pick because I didn't want to jinx us. But I knew the Rams were not gonna. But I just had a feeling, and it was
Right.
so cool. The people behind me didn't appreciate my fandom though.
It'll be all right. Y'all are season ticket holders.
Exactly. They
But
were Rams fans. It's cool.
back to the Texans and Indianapolis game. So the Texans end up winning this one 20-16, but an excellent game. It was back and forth the entire time. CJ went 22 of 35, 276 yards, one interception. He was sacked twice. And then on the other side of things, Daniel Jones went 14 of 27, 201 yards, two touchdowns, and he was sacked once. So I don't think it was incredible play by either quarterback. CJ still struggling. He did start and play the entire game, and I know that was somewhat of a question because Mills had been playing so well. So glad that he was able to get the win because I do like CJ, but I don't necessarily want to see him pouting on the sidelines either. Like if you're not the better guy that day, then you're not the better guy, and that's for the betterment of the team.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Completely agree.
Indy taking a loss. They go to 8-4 now. I'm a little concerned about Jones, and him playing in New York is not indicative of how I feel about him. I'm glad that he got away from New York. I think he's looked incredible this year. Just unfortunately, he's playing with a fractured fibula right now.
Right.
And he's playing through it. So he's got like a special sleeve padding thing going over his leg. And it's concerning. You can see it at times when he gets hit, how he lands on it. Immediately, he brings it up. And you can tell that there's pain there.
Yeah.
As somebody whose quarterback's bone went through their skin, I have PTSD.
Right. I remember that play. Oh, gosh.
Oh, God. Speaking of the Giants, yeah. Then we had the Falcons versus the Jets. The Jets win at home 27-24. I know, Jen, that you like that. That helped your division
John, love
there.
You. Actually, Don, I'm not that sorry.
Niners beat the Browns 26-8. This was Brock Purdy's first game back. Is that correct? Am I right about that?
No. Monday night was.
Monday night was. Okay. And then obviously we get to the big game. We got the Rams versus the Panthers in Carolina. Jen was there in person. Tell us what it was like.
I had gone to go. So Dad and I walked in. And like I was telling you, like I literally changed my pick'em right as I was walking into the stadium because I did not want to jinx us. So Dad and I get our bratwurst and our unlimited popcorn, and I get him a Miller Lite, and I get me a refillable soda. I take everything back except for my soda, give it to Dad, and I run out because I didn't expect the Rams to start off with a touchdown drive with Devontae Adams. However, it still makes me want Devontae Adams really, really bad. I'm not gonna lie. But so I came back and from getting my soda, and I come back in and I see the score, and I'm like, oh, well, at least my pick'em is right. Okay. So then all of a sudden we take, the field, and we're marching down the field, and all of a sudden Chuba gets a 35-yard receiving touchdown pass. Then on fourth down, and then later on, Jalen Cooker caught a 33-yard touchdown pass. T-Mac got his 6th touchdown of the season, his rookie year. So good job, T-Mac. And honestly, it was just, and then Ryan Fitzgerald, I forgot his Fitzgerald, our kicker. He got us a field goal, which is what ultimately won us the game because we only won by 3. Okay. So, but honestly, it was so much fun. It was truly the day that I have needed and quite frankly deserved.
Right, yeah, I'm sure.
Because I just had chill, fun football time with Dad. We're watching this. We're watching our team get outplayed by the Rams, and still we figured out a way to win. Like the Rams literally.
How many games did y'all win last season?
I think we were at 500 last season. Near the end.
You got 500. Okay, so you're.
Let me look that up.
You're one game above 500 right now. You're 7-6. You're only 2 games behind the Rams. I find that very interesting right there.
Right.
Now sliding over to our next game, the Jags just completely tore up the Titans in Tennessee, 25-3. Now another game that was really interesting: Cardinals versus the Bucks. Bucks win, but it's ugly, and it was really close. So they end up winning 20-17. What's going on with the Bucks? Is it their schedule because they've had a tough schedule? Is it their scheduling that's so tough, or have they fallen off a little bit?
I think, like I've said to a lot of people this year, I've seen a lot of parody where you just never know, like, what team is going to show up for which team, you know. And
Yes.
I think we're seeing a lot of that in the league this year, and it's like with Tampa Bay too. I mean, I was not watching the game because I was driving back from Tampa Bay over the weekend because we were at USF game Saturday night. But
Oh, really?
sorry. The one weird thing I'm going to say, Jen, we've been to 12 football games on the college side of things this season. Three of the games that we went to, the opposing or the current coach left the next day. So if you don't know, like Trent Dilfer, he left UAB when we saw him after he played at FAU. Then we saw Jim Mora. He left UConn after they played FAU. And now this past weekend we were at USF, the Rice game, and we all know that Alex Golish left USF after the game. And it was
right.
We knew it in his press conference. It was very interesting how he talked about collectively the 3 seasons that he had been there. And obviously it didn't come out.
Oh, so it was like a goodbye almost.
So like, yeah. Like,
yeah.
Not to get off track. Sorry, Megan.
No. So I know
you're
what
fine.
he was saying till the next day. Kind of like when I saw Rihanna at her Radio Row press conference and didn't pick up on the fact she was pregnant until she performed and I watched it on TV.
Like the rest of us, we were all like, is she pregnant? Is that a baby mom? All right, in our next game, we had the Seahawks versus the Vikings. It was ugly. It was all Seahawks at home, 26-0. Then we had the Bills versus the Steelers. Bills win this one 26-7 in Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers finishes the game with a gash on his nose, bleeding down his face. He was starting to look like Ben Roethlisberger in those last couple of seasons where he was just kind of looking like some random guy.
I'll say
Yeah,
this.
that's how it's going.
Aaron Rodgers,
he's got to hang it up this season.
Hang to be behind bars. I'm just saying. Big Ben plays some Hall of Fame behind bars. Just saying, Big Ben. Aaron doesn't deserve to be behind bars that I know of.
No. He does not deserve to be behind bars. Then we had the Raiders versus the Chargers. Chargers win this one 31-14 at home. But it got interesting for Sunday night football. We had the Commanders versus the Broncos. They went to overtime. Broncos win this one 27-26.
I felt so bad for the Commanders. No offense, Jordan. But I did because the Commanders had a banging second half. Like, just phenomenal second half. It was a good game.
But the Broncos are finding ways to win at the I mean, however it is.
That is Sean Payton. That is all Sean Payton. That is good play calling, good coaching. And I despise Sean Payton from his time in New Orleans. So
But he is a good coach. And
he's
speaking
a
of
good
coach. Speaking of good coaching, we had the Patriots versus the Giants, and it was obvious how well coached New England is once again. And obviously it's a very different style than what they were used to. But I really, really, this is strange, but I like how the Patriots look. It's strange for me to say something like that. But Mike Vrabel is who I wanted in Dallas. Now, I don't think it would have worked out the same way because I don't think Mike Vrabel is a yes man, and that's what it takes to be a coach in Dallas at the moment. So, that's who I would want to coach my team. I just don't know that it would work out. But he's doing great over there in New England. I don't hate it. So,
Right.
Now, coming up this next week, the Cowboys will be playing the Lions to start out Thursday night football. We'll be in Detroit for that one. And then I'm just going to kind of run through our team's matchups here.
That comment amused me. Sorry.
I mean, I just don't dislike Mike Vrabel. I hope he's giving it to Tennessee right now, to be perfectly stop it. Stop
Tiny,
it.
I want to hang out with you because you seem like a sardonic, facetious person that I would love.
He's a good friend of mine, and he's giving me shit. So this week the Bears will be playing the Packers. They will be at Lambeau for that one. Let's see. Who do y'all play, Jen? Y'all don't play this next week, huh?
Nope. So we're having a family Thanksgiving dinner, just like the 5 of us. Mom, Dad.
Let's.
Sorry.
I'm going to run through the playoff picture real quick. So there are 7 playoff spots available in the AFC. Those in the hunt, you got the Patriots at number 1. They're 11-2. You got the Broncos at number 2. They're 10-2. The Jags at number 3. They moved up 3 spots. They are 8-4 currently. The Ravens at number 4. How? At number 5, you got the Chargers, who are 8-4. At number 6, you got the Colts, who are 8-4, and then the Bills are 8-4. On the bubble, we got the Texans at number 8. They're 7-5. The Steelers at number 9. They're 6-6. Speaking of 6-6, at number 10, the Chiefs. At number 11, you got the Dolphins, who are 5-7. Bengals at number 12, they're 4-8. Jets at 13, they are 3-9. Browns are 3-9. And then already officially eliminated, you got the Raiders and the Titans are both out. Now sliding over to the NFC. 7 playoff spots available as well. And believe it or not, the Bears are at number 1 right now. They are 9-3. They're first in the NFC North. It's insane. I never thought I'd say this in my lifetime.
Well,
number 2,
you got the that way because the Rams and what I'm looking at is up at 96%, and the Bears are at 75%.
Well, they're up 2 spots because the Rams lost this week to your team.
Oh,
the Rams went down a spot. They are 9-3. The Eagles went down a spot. They are 8-4 at number 3. The Bucks are at number 4. They are 7-5. The Seahawks are 9-3. I think they're one of the biggest surprises of this season as well. I am not a bully.
She's not a bully.
At number 6,
a little bit.
Candy's Packers. And this. We stop it. Quit wishing that on me. Don't put that voodoo on me, Ricky Bobby. The Packers 8-3-1.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers are 8-3-1, sitting at number 6 right now. The Niners at number 7. They are 9-4. On the bubble, you got the Lions. They look kind of strange. They are 7-5. Well, they look injured actually. At number 9, you got the Cowboys, who are up a spot. They are 6-5-1. Please do not let these last 2 wins be fool's gold. We're not a good team. We're still one of the worst defenses in the league. If you want to say it's our year, I guess, but it's not going to be me. At number 10, you got the Panthers. They are 7-6. At number 11, you got the Falcons, who are 4-8. The Vikings at 12, they are 4-8. The Commanders are 3-9 at number 14. And then eliminated, got the Cardinals, the Saints, and the Giants are already out.
Can I give you a fun fact that Alton found out today?
Certainly.
I don't buy this, okay? I don't buy this. I want you to know I'm very realistic, okay? But every year that J-Lo files for divorce, either that year or the person next year, the Panthers go to the Super Bowl.
That's interesting. That is interesting.
And I'm like,
all right.
Yeah, he's right.
We'll slide over real quick to college football. So we're going to have conference championships this week. We got North Texas versus Tulane Friday at 8 Eastern. Then on Saturday at 12 Eastern, we will have the Big 12 championship. It'll be Texas Tech versus BYU. I think this could be a really good game. I expect Tech to win. However, I think it'll be pretty competitive. And then in the SEC championship, we got Georgia versus Bama. That's Saturday at 4 Eastern. We got Duke versus Virginia at 8 p.m. on Saturday. And then at the same time, we'll have Indiana versus Ohio State. That's the game to be watching right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So before we jump out of here, it's not necessarily a happy story, but I want to do a quick promo for my girlfriend. She sold me these earrings. They say slam dunk. Her name is Heather Camrad. She's on my friends list if you want to go find her. She sells puzzles. They're super cute.
Put it on our Facebook page, Megan.
Okay. Yeah, definitely will. All right, guys. Well, I guess that does it for us this week, unless you ladies have anything else to add. I know, Candy, you got to run real quick, so we will go ahead and wrap this up, unless you got something.
Yeah, just 30 seconds or less. Stay tuned because Dawn and I will be covering the ACC championship game between Duke and Virginia this weekend on Saturday night. Game start kickoffs at 8. So be checking us out. We'll be doing some Facebook and IG lives, and keep up with our content.
And I know that I'm the biggest Texas fan in the world, but I will not be sad if we do not make the college football playoffs. With us to Florida. However, we beat A&M. We beat OU. The season is not a wash. All right, guys. We will see you back next week, same time. Thank you guys so much for coming. There's quite a few of y'all tonight. And thank y'all for watching.
Yeah.
We will see you guys next week.
Thank you, guys. Everybody.